The most vicious totalitarian dictator to ever live was born December 18, 1879 in Glory, Georgia, in the Russian Empire. Joseph Stalin, or Iosif Vissarionovich Dusgavali, grew up in poverty. His mother was a washerwoman and his father was a cobbler. His father frequently beat him and other kids made fun of him, so he constantly tried to prove his superiority. He also held a grudge against those who crossed him. His mother wanted him to be a priest, but he secretly read the writings of Karl Marx, a revolutionary socialist who wrote the Communist Manifesto, and joined the local communist group. He soon became a contributing member of the Socialist Party. He was arrested many times, and his illicit activities soon became known to the Tsar's police, and he was forced to go underground. He then joined the Bolshevik Party and met Vladimir Lenin, the leader of the group. To fund the cause, Joseph helped steal 250,000 rubles from a bank in Tiflis. He is hailed a hero and helps Lenin escape from Tsar's army. He is placed in the inner circle of the Bolsheviks, and Lenin appoints Stalin to become General Secretary of the Communist Party. Stalin came to power in 1924 when Lenin died by skillfully beating his opponent. He even sent a special agent to assassinate his opponent with an ice pick.
Stalin gained control of the Soviet government following his campaign of terror, the Great Purge. Also known as the Great Terror, the Great Purge included purges, executions, prison camps, and persecution in the USSR. Stalin also created his first five-year plan in 1928. This plan was supposed to have total control of everything in the economy. His plan included no private industry, all state-owned property, construction of industrial centers, a buildup of the military, and an increase of coal, oil, and electricity production. Due to this plan, the production increased by a total of 25%. During his dictatorship, he began assault on Bukharin in April 1929. The Great Terror also began while he had power in 1934. The Soviet/Nazi treaty was signed in 1939, and World War II started in 1939 during his dictatorship. The Russian army was victorious in the Battle of Stalingrad after fighting from August of 1942 to February of 1943. Hitler committed suicide in 1945, ending the war, which gave Russia total control of most of Eastern Europe. In February 1948, the Soviet Union seized power in Czechoslovakia, and finally, in 1950, the Sino-Soviet Treaty was signed, ensuring peace.
И эти люди, лишенные совести и чести, люди с моралью животных, имеют наглость призывать к уничтожению великой русской нации. Немецкие захватчики хотят иметь истребительную войну с народами СССР. Что же, если немцы хотят иметь истребительную войну, они ее получат.
As you know, Stalin was beaten by his father. So many of his beliefs may have been impacted from this event. Stalin believed in the ideas of communism and Marxism. Communism is a system in which all property is owned by the community, and each person contributes and receives equal. He also believed in collectivism. Collectivism is the belief that the people should prioritize the good of society over their own well-being. Stalin purged the population of those who he thought were a threat to him or were not helping the society. Stalin was a ruthless and merciless leader that was responsible for the deaths of around 20 million people. Stalin transformed Russia in many ways during his time as leader and transformed the Soviet Union into a world power.
Although one may think Stalin mellowed with age, he did not. Stalin was still exceptionally cruel to his population. After World War II, he continued his campaign of terror, which included execution, prison camps, purges, and persecution in the USSR. Stalin then established communist governments in East Europe and detonated the first nuclear bomb, leading Russia into the nuclear age. Then, Stalin gave North Korea permission to invade South Korea, launching the Korean War. As Stalin got older, he grew more paranoid and became easily stressed out. This led to him dying of a stroke on March 5, 1953. Even after his death, Stalin still impacted the world. Before his death, he led Russia into the Cold War and attempted to force communist ideals on foreign countries. This included blockades and a bitter hostility towards capitalist countries, especially America. His death was beneficial to the world because he was a horrible human being.